I'm going to save you a lot of trouble. Most people spend their lives trying to be brilliant. They try to time the market, they try to outsmart the system, and they try to find the one magic key that unlocks the vault. It's nonsense. I have spent 90 years watching people destroy their own lives, and I can tell you, the road to wealth isn't paved with genius. It's paved with the avoidance of stupidity. If you can just avoid the standard, obvious mistakes that ruin everyone else, you'll end up winning by default. I promised you 15 rules. These aren't secrets. They are merely the obvious things that nobody bothers to do. Rule number 1. The Locus of Control. This is the gatekeeper. If you don't have this, turn the video off. The world is full of people who think things happen to them. The economy is bad. The boss is mean. The market is rigged. That is the victim mindset. If you believe the outcome is outside your hands, you are unteachable. Wealth belongs to the people who look at a disaster and say, "Where did I mess up?" If you can't take responsibility for your failures, you don't deserve your successes. Rule number 2. The Rule of 72. Einstein called compound interest the eighth wonder of the world. He was right. You need to understand the math of doubling. Divide 72 by your interest rate. That's how many years it takes to double your money. If you interrupt this process, you are killing your own future. Most people plant a tree and then dig it up every year to see if the roots are growing. Leave it alone. Let the math do the work. Rule number 3. The gap. You must live below your means. It sounds trite, but if you spend what you earn, you are on a treadmill. You have to create a gap between your income and your ego. I suggest the 70-30 rule. Live on 70, save 30. If you can't do that, you aren't serious about freedom. You're just serious about looking rich. Rule number 4. Avoid the chains. I'm talking about debt, particularly consumer debt. If you are paying 18% interest on a credit card because you needed a vacation or a gadget, you are volunteering to be a serf. You are working for the bank. You are sliding backward while the world moves forward. Do not pay interest. Earn it. Rule number 5. The lattice work. You need to increase your value, but not by just knowing one tiny thing. You need a lattice work of mental models. Study history, study psychology, study math. When you hang your experience on a framework of big ideas from different disciplines, you stop seeing isolated problems and start seeing the systems. That is how you spot opportunity. Rule number 6. Emotional discipline. The market is a manic-depressive opponent. Sometimes he's excited and will pay you a fortune for your assets. Sometimes he's depressed and will sell you things for pennies. If you get emotional and join him in his mood swings, you will lose. You must divorce your actions from your feelings. Rule number 7. Play the long game. Civilization belongs to the people who can delay gratification. If you need the money next year, you shouldn't be in the stock market. If you can wait 10 years, the odds shift heavily in your favor. Patience is a competitive advantage because almost nobody has it anymore. Rule number 8. Inversion. This is my favorite trick. When you have a problem, don't try to solve it forward, solve it backward. Instead of asking, "How do I get rich?" ask, "How do I guarantee I end up poor?" How do you guarantee poverty? You spend more than you earn, you succumb to envy, you gamble, you stop learning. Great. Now identify those things and don't do them. It is much easier to avoid stupidity than to create brilliance. Rule number 9. The circle of competence. You don't need to know everything. You just need to know what you know and what you don't know. If you step outside your circle, you will get slaughtered by people who specialize there. I don't invest in tech because I don't understand it. That's not a weakness. That's a safety rail. Stay inside your circle. Rule number 10. Opportunity cost. Life is a series of trade-offs. If you say yes to one thing, you are saying no to everything else you could have done with that time or money. Always compare your decision against your best alternative. Never judge an investment in a vacuum. Judge it against your next best option. Rule number 11. Incentives. Show me the incentive and I will show you the outcome. Never trust a financial advisor who gets paid a commission to sell you a product. Their incentive is to sell, not to make you rich. Understanding human behavior and incentives is the most powerful force in economics. Ignore it at your peril. Rule number 12. The daily practice. Go to bed a little wiser than you were when you woke up. That's it. If you do that every day for 40 years, the results are staggering. Read. Read all the time. I have known no wise people who didn't read all the time. None. Rule number 13, reliability. If you are unreliable, it doesn't matter how smart you are, you will fail. Reliability is the foundation of trust, and trust is the currency of business. Be the person who does what they say they will do. It is a rare commodity. Rule number 14, avoid envy. Envy is the stupidest of the 7 deadly sins. It's the only one you can't even have fun with. Gluttony is fun. Lust is fun. Envy is just miserable. Someone will always have a faster car or a bigger house. If that bothers you, you will be miserable and broke. Rule number 15, the Lollapalooza effect. This is when 3 or 4 of these rules combine. When you have a reliable person operating within their circle of competence, using compound interest with a long-term view and no debt, the results aren't just good, they are explosive. The factors multiply each other. There you have it, 15 rules. None of them are complex. All of them are hard. Most of you will ignore them because they aren't sexy. You want a crypto tip or a get-rich-quick scheme. But for the few of you who actually want to build a life of independence, simple works. Rationality works. Class dismissed.